Hi there, my name is Peter Davison, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share and subscribe and ring the little bell so you are notified when new videos drop. And this has been a very strange and confusing time for everyone really, okay? But other than the global apocalypse, it's been a very strange and confusing time for professional fan media, professional fan publications, because they're a little bit torn. I'm sure you may be aware, Doctor Who has had a new showrunner for the last couple of seasons. Gentleman by the name of Chris Chibnall. Now, Chris Chibnall, I thought really liked Doctor Who, but it turns out what he really likes, much more than Doctor Who, is people saying he's stunning and brave. He really, really, really likes that. And he likes people saying he's stunning and brave because, they share his political worldview. It's his ideological worldview, which is essentially a political worldview. So, this all works, this is all fine and dandy. He made a Doctor Who, which they then universally praised under any circumstance. They said it was the greatest thing ever. It was so wonderful. And the funny thing is, they never mentioned the reason they thought it was the greatest thing ever. The reason they thought it was the greatest thing ever was because the person playing the Doctor had a vagina instead of a penis. So they really thought that was really important. And the person playing the Doctor also wore a rainbow on their chest to show how they're down with the transgendered peoples and the gay peoples. Oh, so brave, so stunning. So they were really on board for that. So they heap praise on it. So they actually had two problems. One problem was the stuff Chibnall was doing was awful. It was unwatchable garbage, and so they had to really work hard to praise it. And the other problem is that the audience didn't like it. The audience went, "Oh, this is garbage." Like myself, I consider myself reasonably, representative. I was very on board for Jodie Whittaker's debut. I thought it was an interesting idea. I was kind of excited by it. I was not one of the naysayers that says, "No, a female Doctor Who, never, not on my watch, no." And then they brought it out, and it didn't even meet the worst expectations of all the naysayers. It exceeded them. It's unbelievably, gruelingly awful. But because we live in a very politically polarized world, they felt that this Doctor Who was on their side of the aisle, and they must support it. And they must support it so much that they are going to eradicate any mention of the audiences not on board for it. Which is what they did. They completely ignored, this complete rift in fandom, in all fandoms. And if they ever did mention it, they were just like, "Oh, there were some horrible incidents, some horrible phobes and terrible people who don't like people who have vaginas as opposed to penises. They're scared of them, and they're terrible people, and we shouldn't listen to them at all." And so, the result is the Fandom menace. The result. I was apoplectic. I was very, very upset at the direction Doctor Who, and I wasn't straight. This wasn't straight away. It was. I even gave him a pass on Arachnids in the UK, which is legitimately up until season 12 the worst episode of Doctor Who ever made. I even gave him a pass on that, saying, anybody could have a bad episode. Up until then, we had Woman Who Fell to Earth. Couldn't really tell much. It seemed to be okay. The Ghost Monument, again, that seemed like it was okay to me. Rosa, okay, it was on a very special episode of Doctor Who. But fine, it was actually done quite well. I could let it go, sort of. It wasn't like ramming it in my face over and over again by that point. Then Arachnids in the UK, I'm like, oh, that was crap. So it was kind of like, divisive and nasty. Even gave that a pass. It was only when the Sunanga conundrum, which had no conundrum in it whatsoever, came on. I thought, well, this is pretty much awful. It's good, and it stayed awful for the rest of the season. Then got worse, and my feelings about it just matched the viewing figures. They went down, which is what's been going on. So this is all fine and dandy. There's no problem at all because fan publications were like, "No, this is the greatest thing ever. We're not going to give any credence to the Fandom menace side of the argument. We're going to say they're evil people." And then they hit a real problem in that Chris Chibnall did a Doctor Who so unbelievably terrible, so unbelievably bad that even the shills who weren't receiving any money for shilling from them, but just like ideological shills, even them they were like, oh, wait, what? And they're torn. They don't know what. I can't attack this because then If I tack this, I might be supporting Brexit. If I tack it, I might be supporting Trump. Oh my God, what am I going to do? Because, this is what goes in their heads. Because they're freaking crazy. They're insane. So, this is the spectre that we have right now that we're going to talk about. So, I read SFX magazine. I really couldn't stand how awful it shills for Doctor Who and for all that stuff at Discovery. I was on the verge of cancelling it, but I only get it digitally, and it's always good to know what the other side of the aisle is thinking. And they might have something interesting in it every now and again. And if I did cancel, I wouldn't be able to see wonderful snippets of things like this. So let's turn this on. Doink. This is the SFX review for Doctor Who: The Timeless Children, which again, their programming says they must support. We must support. They are on the same side. We must support. Unfortunately, it also destroys Doctor Who. So let's read this article together, which is freaking hilarious. Oh, noughts and crosses. Somebody tells me I've got to review that. It says it's insanely racist. So okay, that sounds fun. So let's read, and you can feel the sweat dripping down. Who's this? Ian Berryman? Yeah, Ian Berryman's voice, who has been carrying water for this Doctor Who right from the beginning. So let's hear what he's got to say. First, he gave it 3.5 stars instead of the normal 5. Wow, that's a harsh rebuke indeed from SFX. Rewriting the Doctor's backstory is nothing new. The McCoy era teased that he was one of the architects of a timeless society. Yeah, that is correct. The TV movie claimed the character was half human on his mother's side. That is also correct. And Stephen Moffat revealed a forgotten Doctor. Yeah, okay. So the main difference between these reinventions. Yeah, I can't come up with a few more reinventions of Doctor Who mythos. It was done to tell delightful stories. The reason Chris Chibnall reinvented Doctor Who was to dilute the white maleness of the character, which is something SFX and Ian Berryman clearly really loves. But they also, in doing that, blew up Doctor Who. So he's really kind of torn. And I'm really enjoying his massive discomfort, as we can see in this article. Okay, so Moffat revealed a forgotten Doctor, a rug pull that Chris Chibnall clearly enjoyed. He enjoyed it being well received. I think. I don't think he really cared about it one way or the other. He just knew it was, which is really season 12. The template for season 12 is him looking through recent issues of Doctor Who magazine, going, "Oh, what did the fans like? Well, let's do that again." Bring back the Cybermen at the end of the universe. Only he does it badly because he's shit. That's actually the classic definition. The academic definition of his type of writing. It's called shit. His tipping over the table of continuity is not going to be as easy to know as the McGann heresy was. It is for me because I've just decanonized this entire scene. Yeah, it's not Doctor Who, and it's going to be retconned out of existence if Doctor Who is going to exist. This article tells me that in its entirety. Okay. The scale of the retcon is staggering. Yes, now Ian Berryman's a little bit torn because he doesn't know what to say because he loves Doctor Who, but he loves the ideology. Oh, what to do? The finale establishes via what's practically a masterly PowerPoint presentation. Okay, by the Master telling him okay, fine, that the Doctor wasn't born on Gallifrey, but popped through a wormhole as a child with her ability to regenerate, then added to natives' DNA. So yeah, one little point he's missing out here is he also invented a whole new architect of timeless society, Tectuna, and that article then murdered the child over and over again. But no, let's not deal with that because that would be problematic. Fine. Over again. The Timeless, with her ability to regenerate, then added to the natives' DNA. Timeless society stretches back millions of years with a natural lifespan of hundreds. This implies thousands of unknown incarnations. Yes. And let's keep going because he's going to reveal what he really thinks in a minute. You have to admire Chibnall's chutzpah. No, I don't. I don't admire it at all. I'm disgusted by it, quite frankly. But you can't help chuckle as he merrily flicks the versus at the he merely flicks the V's at the Not My Doctor Zealous. This created the Not My Doctor Zealous. I can tell you absolutely hated them. I can tell your absolute your hatred of this area of fandom because they may not align with you politically, with your political ideology. They may not agree with you that open borders is anything other than open borders is immoral. They may not agree with you. They may not wake up and every morning walk around going Trump, 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 Trump in their head. They may not do it. So you must hate them and you must call them Nazis. So yeah, but he likes flicking them by the unveiling of not only a black female doctor, and again, there was not colorblind casting. Don't give me this bullcrap. There was colorblind casting because there wasn't. Because it was cast to be black. That was why, and it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. Not only black female, yes, again, cast to be a black woman. But another 7 junior actors. 5 BAME kids. I can't remember what the BAME is a acronym for. It's just something stupid. Yes, they did the United Colours of Benetton to show the Doctor's not all white and male. Yes, I know that. Yeah, but the extent of this secret history is hard to swallow. Not for me, because I rejected all this. It's hard for you to swallow because you've got to live with this. This is what you because you carried water for this. You've loved this all the time. You said it's the greatest ever, and now you've got to swallow it. I don't, because I think this entire era doesn't exist. The details don't seem to add up. Really? You're picking that up? The details don't add up? Why does Dr. Ruth have a police locked TARDIS? Who cares? There's no reason. Nothing matters other than what you said above, that she's black and female. Nothing matters other than that. But no, you've got to swallow it, Mr. Berryman, because this is what you wanted. Let's zoom in again. Zoom in. Come back. There we go. See why the stupid dude. And do we actually need the Doctor's origin to be a mystery anyway? Yes, it's better than normally better than it is. And if you are going to solve that mystery, maybe don't solve it with a shit answer like this is. That doesn't make any sense. Still, both the 2-part finale and the Judean episode, which introduces Joe Martin's ex-Doctor, are gripping. Are they gripping? They weren't gripping to me. Okay, they weren't gripping to me, and they were nearly gripping. They were pretty good. They weren't gripping to me because they were so stupid with so many freaking plot holes. Yes, they rattled along nicely. They were done well, but they were so you can't ignore the utter stupidity within the script because they're too stupid. So they were gripping because of the sense that anything could happen. Yes, anything could happen as long as the Doctor not being white and male. That couldn't happen. Anything could happen. Anything could happen except they landed in a future where Trump is the greatest president ever. Yeah, did they? No, and that couldn't happen. They're not gonna. Are they gonna land somewhere where Brexit turns out to be the greatest thing? No. I don't think anything can happen. Really, quite frankly, I don't think anything can happen that aligns with your ridiculous political ideology. Anything can happen. In a vindication of Chibnall's obsessive secrecy, that's code for saying, can you please give us something to print in this magazine? The season's big surprises, which was spoiled way before this. There was no wait. This was spoiled before the season started. It was on. How was it called again? I don't know. I can't remember what the social media platform's called. But yeah, this the entire thing was spoiled. We all knew about it. We were all just gripping our chairs, our armrests on chairs, going, "Oh my god, is he really gonna do something this bad?" And yes, he was. And the season's big surprises are the best things about it. Not really. The worst things about it. Fan-pleasing treats like the returns of the Master and the Cybermen are well excused. And they're also done because Christian was saying, oh, well, this was always our plan. We always planned to bring back Master and Cybermen. No, you didn't. You saw everybody hated season 11 and you had a massive course correction. I don't believe you. I want to be clear. I think you're lying. You saying it doesn't make it real. The latter's redesign is a triumph. Agreed. Yes, I want to give credit where credit is due. I love the redesign of the Cybermen. They were really good. It's a triumph. As is the creation of the hot-blooded, half-converted figurehead. It would have been good had you explained it in any way, rather than just say, no, it doesn't matter, because all we care about is making the Doctor a little black girl. Yeah, that's all that, again, it's so disgusting. It's so freaking disgusting. Oh man, it makes me want to vomit in my mouth. It really does. It really boiled in my mouth. There's a triumph for the hot blood. Okay, fine. So, other than it being utterly stupid, it was a great idea. Yeah, it could have been, but it's not. But when it's not lobbing revelation grenades, the series sags. Yes, you mean it's boring? Yes. When you're not like hammering your politics home and you're screaming your ideology or you're blowing it up, it's just dull. It's boring. It's dull. That's what this era is. It's dour. It's not fun. And nothing has shown that more than these wash-alongs we've been having, which have been absolutely glorious. It sags with it. But when it's not living, it sags. Having hit upon a formula which combines elements seen in the old, but in unfamiliar measures. Who has delivered a Who has delivered a message before? But the eco-awareness of the Green Death was preceded by 4 stories, which, barring the usual pacifism chat, didn't thump any tubs. Yes, I know. Yes. You mean you're like boring and preachy? We understand that. Yes, you've had the political and ideological message before, but it was done well, and it wasn't the point. It wasn't the central focus of it. Yeah, and it's so clear that it was. Now, lessons on climate change, microplastics, and mental health come in rapid succession, and the mental health one, I think, was more destructive to Doctor Who than the Timeless Children, whereas the Doctor was clearly not a hero, but just an idiot. That's the only thing. That's the thing I did like about Doctor Who. She kept pointing out how stupid Whittaker's Doctor is. Historical figures are nothing new, but Whittaker's Doctor barely seems to meet ordinary Joes. That is correct. And does war hero nor Eniac Khan really contribute much to sport? No, you just got to say, see, there was a dark-skinned Indian woman. It was there's not a white, It's not a white. Yeah, we know. That's the only reason she was in it for. At times, the series also seems to mistake frantic movements for good storytelling, constantly spraying new locations at us. Whereas a standout, of course, new locations. Yes, I know they want to keep it moving as quickly as possible. It's the reason they only have shaky cam on Jodie when she runs, because she can't run. That's really just one of the main things you need to be able to do as a Doctor. Whereas the standard episode, the generally creepy, it wasn't creepy, it was boring. The haunting of Villa Diodati unfolds in a single house. Okay, I don't understand what your point is. I don't think it was creepy. I think it was really, really, really dull. It was boring. You had like those there's one that was it the dancing the quartet dancing that went on for about 10 minutes. It was unbelievably bad. You're left with the nagging feeling that this MO isn't sustainable. You think? You're saying, well, maybe you want to talk about the things people are screaming about for the last 2-3 years while this is going on. We like surprises as much as the next guy, but to thrive, the series needs to ace more than the narrative equivalent of jumping out of the cupboard. Yes, we know, and that's really all they have to say. Again, I can feel the sweat dripping off your face because you don't know what to do. You don't know what to do because you're in the bag for this. You're totally in the bag for this. You supported this non-stop. You have to swallow it. You have to, because you said it's the greatest ever, and anybody who doesn't like it is an islamophobe. Well, you don't like it. Now you're an islamophobe too. I'm glad that you're stuck with this. I'm really glad you're stuck with it, and I really want to see what happens if this era of Doctor Who does go down. What's the Shill media going to do? They're going to be like, I don't really know what to say. Anyway, my name is Sheila Beckin, and I am the Rabbi from that planet, and I am reveling in Berryman's discomfort, which is very well deserved. Have yourself a great day.